Kahala, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakatahour, Brakatahour Shai, Brakatahour, Brakatahour Shai, Brakatahour, Brakatahour Shai, the water, above, called Kadash. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teaches truth, 100% truth. My brother Malakama. Title of this video is going to be Sundown Country. And there's a lot of talk, in the news about sundown towns now, something that's always persisted since we've been on these shores, man, since E has been over here and been in rulership. First it was sundown with the so-called Native Americans, which we know as Gad and Reuben. And then, once they went over to Africa and brought the Southern Kingdom over here, it's been sundown from that time, Anytime they want to kill you or dispatch you or take you out, they can do it without any with impunity. And same as it is today, to a certain extent. Now let me give you a definition of sundown town. Like I said, I titled this Sundown Country. But sundown towns, also known as sunset towns, gray towns, or sundowner towns, were all white municipalities or neighborhoods in the United States. They were towns that practiced a form of racial segregation by excluding non-whites via some combination of discriminatory local laws, intimidation, or violence. They were most prevalent in the 1950s, but they say 1950s is still as prevalent as they were in the 1950s, as it is today. Their term came in use because of signs that directed colored people to leave town by sundown, where they don't physically have the signs up now, but you just go in those towns and you know that you're not welcome there, man. And me as being a person that traveled a lot because of my job status, at one time, I went through a lot of these towns, man, these municipalities, man, and you go in there and they see you come in there, they know who you are, they kind of watch you, and they know that you're not one of them, and they're going to pretty much shadow you when you come in that town, man. And if you get out and go to one of the restaurants or ask for directions or anything, you're going to either get a cold shoulder. Now that's during the daytime. At nighttime, these devils, man, they get amped up. That's when they get their courage. And the reason they get their courage because they have, a lot of times in these towns, they have law enforcement that works with them. So like I say, it's always been a sundown country, really. Like I say, for the Native Americans, man, that the Northern Kingdom that was here, they catch Gad or Reuben, that's when they started scalping them. They had a bounty for their scalps, man. And they would take their scalps, take them in and sell them and get money, get merchandise for it, for killing them and taking their scalps to show proof that they killed the Northern Kingdom tribe. And these sundown towns, man, they still, like I say, still exist today. Even up, they more, be honest with you, you got more of them up north than you do down south, You got places like Indiana, some parts of New York. I remember a town in, what was it called? Bedford-Stuyvesant, when it was the name of Diablo, went up there. I think he was in the wrong part of town, and they pretty much ganged together and pretty much, I think they lynched him, did something to him. I think that was Diablo. Forget his name, but I think the town did something to him, pretty much lynched him to a cent. I have to look that story up, but it's been a while. That happened probably back in the early 90s, early or late 90s. And then, certain parts of Texas, when they did the brother Bird, I think his last name was Bird, can't forget his first name, but they took him and drug him behind a pickup truck. I think that's Galveston, Texas, and in that area it's a sundown town. Now I moved further down south where I live down here now, and there's some downtowns right here. My first time running across them when I was down here, because not make this too long because I want to hit the precepts, man, but went to one town. I was going to a college football game, and I was asking, asked for directions because I overshot the exit and got out, man. You just sensed the cold shoulder that you got. And kind of found out that town was a place where a major massacre had taken place at that time. way back in the early 1900s. I think it was during a red summer. But I remember other parts here that you just can't go to. And I remember as a child, I was further up north during that time, and our football team, we went to play this other team that was down in this area, kind of like this coastal area, and nothing but Edomites there. And I remember the coaches telling, after we finish this game, y'all hurry up and get on the bus, get out of here. And every time we used to go there and play, you have to hurry up, get on the bus, man. Edomites come after you. They throw shit at the bus because, we go there and whip their little kids' ass, in football. And then we head on out. And they be throwing shit at the windows and shit, getting up out of there. And that was back in the probably 70s. Yeah, I was playing Little League football during that time. But yeah, so we always had those towns. Like I said, that town, you had to be out of there by midnight because there was no so-called, none of you Jakes in that area. You couldn't go in that area. And it's just like that today, too. You go down to parts of Miami, down in South Beach area, some areas down there, they know you don't have a house there. They're going to send, the police going to come after you. Slave catchers, and yeah, they can get ugly. It can get real ugly in certain parts, man. So really, this is a slave country, man, because they have laws and statutes set against you to destroy you, man. And that's why a lot of Jakes, becoming passport brothers are getting the hell up out of here. Not only because of the women have been so spoiled and fucked up, the nigger women, but because of the laws. See, a lot of Jakes, I hear them say when they leave out of here and they go overseas, man, it seems like it's a weight that's been lifted off of them because they don't feel that they don't have to worry about when the police get behind them, whether they're going to lose their life or, being discriminated against, like you do here. Certain places, it's just a different environment. It's a different feel when you get from out of Babylon the Great. So let me go ahead and hit my first precept, man. I kind of rambled on a little bit, but I just want to kind of give you a little insight of what it's like, here in Babylon the Great. Revelation chapter 16, verse 6. For they have shed the blood of the saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. And here in this place, man, they always, to shed the blood of our people, and it's going to shed more before Yahushua comes back. And some of us that's in this truth are going to be persecuted for this truth here in Babylon the Great. Revelation chapter 17, verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great. Man, Shalak. Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And that was John the Revelator. We had that vision. He saw that some of the saints are going to lose our lives, man, behind this truth, man, for sake of Yahushua. And he told me he had a great admiration for it, because you got to realize from his time and having that vision, seeing nowadays, imagine coming from that time and being dropped off in the middle of Las Vegas, man, with all the lights and the glitz and the glamour and all that shit. It's kind of like mesmerizing. That's the lure. That's the beauty of it. But really underneath it, man, is just all decay and wickedness and debauchery. Isaiah chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes. They are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith, restore. And that's where we are over here right now. All of us, we are in prison, man. We are spoils of war, really. We are the prisoners of war here in Babylon the Great. So right now, we are in our captivity until Yahushua come and deliver his elect up out of these hands of these Edomites, man. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1, and we're going to read down to 3. Woe unto you, them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. And that's talking about their laws and these things that they enact to help destroy and destroy our people and our family and our homes, and to lock us away, man. One of the one of them decrees that they came up with was the crack law, after they poured the crack into the neighborhoods and got our people hooked on the shit. To turn aside the needy from judgment, to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. How did they create the fatherless, man? Because they separated the men from the women, man. They came up with a decree that in order for these women to get housing and places to live, after they done took the jobs out of the community, she had to separate from her man. You know, she had to raise those kids without a man in the home, and that's where she can get free housing, food, and, you know, her little stimulus to keep her separated from her man. That was an unrighteous decree, and therefore Esau can, you know, prey on the children. Isaiah chapter 10 verse 3, and what will ye do in the day of visitation and the desolation which shall come from afar, which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help, and where will ye leave your glory? So when Lord come and crack those skies, man, there's nothing this man can do is going to save himself from the fury of the Lord, man. Justice is going to be handed out, and we're going to receive our justice, man. 2/3 of our people are going to get what they've been asking for, and the elect is going to get what we've been patiently waiting for, man. We're going to get our reward. Revelation chapter 18 and 7. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And that's that pride of Babylon, man. Never been touched, you know, she been unscathed the whole time she came into conception, you know. And now she's on her downward part of her life. And right now she's ripe for the picking. Revelation 18 and 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her. So all it's going to take is actually 1 hour for the Lord to bring her down out of her place of rulership, man. He's going to take out her power just with 1 hour. That's all it's going to take. So we look forward to the return of the Lord, man. In this place, like I said, it's a sundown country, man. I don't know why Jake don't want to see this shit come to an end, because, you know, Jake has no faith, man. Jake is really a homeborn slave, and he's used to his captivity. Jake can't see himself living outside of this captivity. You know, Jake like it here. And that's why 2/3 of Jake's going to be destroyed right along with the heathen here in Babylon the Great. But that's pretty much it, man. With that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. With that, say shalom.